How's everybody doing today? My name is Steven Rosenberg. This is Ginzburg. And today we have a very special episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. What's really exciting is that Gene and I are finally in the same room together and not doing this remotely because we're here in beautiful Los Angeles, California. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Steven. Yeah, I'm super excited to do the live show today.
Yeah, this is our first live episode.
I think so, yeah. So
And in person.
And in person. So if some of you don't follow us, but we have a weekly show that we put together. It's called Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. We've been doing this for the last year and a half.
Yeah,
and
it's crazy.
We typically, not typically, every time we do this on the comfort of our own home. So
yeah.
Steven is in Austin and I'm in California. So we then put together a video for our show.
Yep.
But today, luckily, we were able to come together in Los Angeles and actually do the show live. So it's extremely, extremely exciting, I have to say. So, and what we're going to talk about on a Facebook Live is we're going to talk about Facebook.
Yeah. Strangely enough.
Yeah, so some of you might know the last week has been a very kind of rocky, I would say, scenario for when it comes to Facebook and their algorithm, because there has been, if you're not familiar, there was a big announcement made last week, in the past week, talking about the Facebook algorithm. And basically, kind of to summarize it, the idea here is that Facebook is changing the algorithm where now they're going to focus more on personal interactions, so person to person, more interactions with your friends in your news feed versus with brands, business pages, and media. And I'm actually going to read a little quote. So Mark Zuckerberg came out with a statement on his Facebook page, or on his Facebook. So, but I'm going to read a short version of it as a quote. What he says: "As we roll this out, you'll see less public content like posts from businesses, brands, and media, and the public content you will see more will be held to the same standard. It should encourage meaningful interactions between people." And also, he talks about we started making changes in this direction last year. There'll be months for us to focus to make it through all of our products. The first changes you'll see will be in the news feed, where you can expect to see more from your friends, family, and your group. So, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we probably can realize that this can be and potentially could be a big impact, because if a lot of us are doing business on Facebook and using Facebook advertising to find new customers, to interact with our prospects, then this change could have a significant impact on our businesses. So what are your thoughts, Steven?
Yeah, I think what it's really coming down to is people are really looking for authenticity. And, I'm guessing they didn't just make this change for no reason. I'm sure their data is showing that people, just like TV commercials, don't want to be force-fed things. And so moving to more of an authentic perspective of feeding people their content is one of the only ways that they're going to be able to retain people and really get them to engage. So I think this is actually really important, especially in terms of marketing. So, for example, when we did this Facebook Live video, I'm doing this on my personal page, not my business page, because I want to be able to retain more of those people, I guess, is the best way to put it. And I also think it's very relevant for people that want to build content and have their own personal brand. It gives you a good opportunity, because you shouldn't be two different people. You should be the same person you are when you do your business as you are in person. And so I think that is very valuable, and I guess Mark Zuckerberg agrees with that.
Yeah, I think from an overall perspective, yes, I think of course seeing more updates from your friends and family or from your groups is a positive step in the right direction. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. But at the same time, we have been using as entrepreneurs Facebook as a way to find customers and a way to interact with prospects. So that is, I think, going to have, not I think, but it probably will have an impact. But at the same time, I would think that, what are the ramifications of all of this? I mean, at this point,
Right.
it's too early to say, right? Like, this just has been rolled out, or at least an announcement has been rolled out. It sounds like they've been working on it
For a long time.
since last year. So I think the couple things that I would probably look into is I would first, in the next weeks that this has been rolled out, I would probably start looking at your reach and your engagement on Facebook just to see, like, is there actually an impact on your business? Are you seeing less, like, eyeballs, less impressions, less reach for your ads? And what does that mean to you? And are you seeing less engagement? Are there less people commenting, interacting, liking your posts on your Facebook page, specifically on your business page? So I'd say that's one of the first things I would look into. I wouldn't freak out yet. I would probably just first look into the data in the next month or so.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't freak out, because the way I see it is that Mark Zuckerberg, he's such a good businessman and such a visionary that there's no way that he's going to just paradigm shift this whole thing and cut off his main revenue source for Facebook. I mean, I just don't see that ever being a possibility for Facebook, because they've done such a great job of being profitable and really running a great company. So I think that there's going to be an alternative. I'm kind of surprised he didn't mention anything about that in the article.
What do you think the alternative would be?
That's a good question. I mean, a couple ways. Maybe they're going to up the people that, if you are advertising, you got to spend serious dough to be able to advertise.
So that probably will remove a lot of the small entrepreneur businesses out there, because they won't have the budget to spend, and it will be enterprise level businesses who are going to be then in the game, which is very hurtful to the small guy, right? To the little guy who doesn't have that kind of budget.
Yeah, but then maybe it could be even more powerful to them, because if it forces them to be authentic and have more of a personal feed that you use for your business also, then it could really empower them, because if that puts them above someone that's paying tons of money, because of this new algorithm, then maybe it helps them more.
That's actually a very good point. Yeah, I mean, it could be just that we're going to have to work around the situation, right? So as humans, we try to find what is the best next solution, right? What's the best next strategy if we can't. If certain things are cut off, we have to figure out, how do we work around it? So yeah, maybe having just a personal page, your Facebook page, would be also your personal brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so one thing I would definitely do if you're running a business, especially online, and this is going to affect you, is I would immediately start investing a little bit of time into other platforms. I don't think you ever want to rely on just one platform for your entire business, no matter what, because that puts you in a very vulnerable place. And again, algorithms and companies like this are changing their minds of how they're doing things all the time. So, I think maybe going to Instagram, that would be something good, or Snapchat, or any of the other platforms. But I also think that that's another smart thing to do in general as a trend, because the more platforms you're on, the more chances you're going to get to your ideal customer. They're not just living on Facebook, no matter what. That's my opinion.
That's the other thing I was going to say, is that yes, diversification, because we all know that one thing gets really good, Facebook got really good, but then at the same time, because Mark Zuckerberg controls the whole thing, if he pulls the rug out from under us, then we're all kind of screwed, right? So we start relying on just one platform, and then it becomes the doom of us, right? So, of course, the main, I think, takeaway here is that really look at diversifying your social media and just how you find your customers if you're an entrepreneur. Don't just rely on one thing, because we all know this has happened. This happens all the time. This is not a first time deal, like,
correct,
right? Everything gets good, Google AdWords is awesome, and then, Google changes their algorithm, right?
Yep.
Same thing with Facebook. Oh, it's awesome, I'm getting so many customers on Facebook, but then Mark Zuckerberg decides to change the algorithm. So, yeah, just a key point moving forward is, make sure to use a lot of different platforms to find your customers, because, one can really pull the plug. And
absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask us, put them in the comments below. Well,
or your thoughts,
yeah.
or your thoughts about what you think is going to happen with now that this algorithm has been changed and it's now going to be favoring less businesses and pages and more personal. So what do you think, and how do you think you're gonna, if you're a business, what do you anticipate on doing in the next month and the next 6 months in order to combat that, and to, if your ads are not showing, what would you do in order to still stay in the game?
Yeah. So one other question I have is, how long do you think it'll be before he updates everybody else, until Zuckerberg comes out and announces how it's going to affect the businesses actually?
I don't know if he's actually going to do that.
Really?
In my opinion, I don't. He's never done that in the past. He's never been like, well, I think it will affect you X, Y, Z. I feel like it's always very nebulous. It's like, well, this is going to happen. This algorithm is a black box. We have no idea what's going on. It's just going to be that you are going to see more updates from your friends, right? We have no idea what exactly that means. Does that mean like it's going to be a change of 5%, or is it going to be a change of 95%, right? This is, I feel like, how all of these big companies are, these big technology companies, they make an announcement, but we have absolutely no clue exactly what that entails.
Interesting.
So I don't think he's going to make an announcement as to like what we will just have to see based on our analytics how that impacts our business and our pages. So yeah, maybe then the other key component, the other key point here is that perhaps we just need to switch over to having a personal brand on Facebook instead of using a business page.
I think that's an excellent idea.
If you guys have any ideas or thoughts, we'd love to hear them. Please put them in the comments.
See you guys later, and Gene.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Bye,
Awesome
guys.
show.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Stephen and Gene.